Hello. Feeling inspired to share from my current location within myself, specifically on the topic of sitting with discomfort. So, I've just been sitting with some tension in my system, and every time I sit with tension in my system, I notice like my mind goes to certain common pathways for avoiding feeling the discomfort. One of them is like wanting to eat something, wanting to snack on something, wanting to find something like sweet or something like that, or wanting to like watch something. There's not as much energy there, but that's another one for me. Or there may be another way in which it might be playing out inside my head. And so I noticed this, and I do a really good job of sitting with discomfort. Um, and I'm sharing this because I think this is one of the most valuable things you can learn to do with yourself. Because if you don't sit with discomfort, what happens is, oof, 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 ooh, well, you don't actually get what you want. You don't actually get what you need. Um, the discomfort is there so that you can be transformed by it, so you can be changed by it. There's a way that biology works, the way the nervous system works is, once we are stimulated with a certain level of sensation, of emotion, we get to this point of called threshold. And once this threshold is reached, it sets off a cascade of events that lead us into action, lead us into choice, lead us into a new movement, a new relationship to something. So if we do not sit with our discomfort, if we choose to then distract or we choose to numb ourselves with whatever your common typical pathway is, you'll never actually reach that threshold. And what you do is you numb those receptors, you diminish those receptors from receiving that message. And it creates this disconnect between the parts of you that have really specific needs, that are really feeling whatever you're feeling around it. And there's another layer too. I could speak to it, discomfort around your own emotional process and relationship with others. Sitting with discomfort is taking responsibility for our emotions. When we don't sit with our own discomfort, what happens is that it triggers a lower state of consciousness. It triggers a more like survival level, younger, like part of our being, which doesn't know how to respond responsibly as the adult and then acts like a child. And it can be unsupportive for really having connection and actually getting understanding and seeing and working through things as adults. It can be very hurtful and it can wound in relationship when you don't sit with your own discomfort. How do you sit with discomfort? Ooh, man, it's a practice. It's a practice. It takes lots and lots of practice. It's a pattern. It's a relationship that you have. It's a commitment that you have to stay with yourself, to stay in your body, to stay with your breath, to follow the impulse, to move in any direction that might help you resource more capacity, such as reaching out to people or accessing other content, accessing videos, other resources to help you stabilize any areas, meditative practices, any sort of presencing-based practices. All these things are so critical, but it takes practice. So it's all I really have to say. Longest video I've made in a while. We'll see if people watch this much of a video and feel some tension in my heart when I say that. But yeah, sit with your discomfort. Practice sitting with your discomfort. Anything else to say? yeah, it's a huge piece to this humanness, this beingness that's essential for us to create uh, more harmony in our lives, to really stay connected to ourselves amidst the range of challenges, of conflict, of confrontations, things that stretch our capacity. Um, that it's all about capacity. So, anyways, just wanted to put this message out. Was feeling this discomfort in my system, and by sitting with it, it led me to sharing this video. Um, feel like I have a ton I could share in all sorts of moments, but this is one that really lands really deeply for me, is sitting with your own discomfort. And there's even some, if everyone sat with their own discomfort, I'd be so much more relaxed in my system, but I am not a victim. I learned to love. Anyways, so that's all I got to say. Send lots of love and wishes for increased capacity your way. And yeah, just make more space for all of you. All right, that's all I got to say. Lots of love. Signing off. Bye bye.